Hurricane Idalia batters Florida and is gone. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Hurricane Idalia hit Florida yesterday with massive flooding and high wind, causing several damages on the west coast. The storm surge shows streets flooded and many businesses and homes near the coast being inundated. One video shows the power of the wind flipping a gas station on the side. Another shows a car kinpupalik from one side of the road to another and several trees falling like they were cut down by a woodcutter. Idalia passed through very quickly and brushed Georgia and now is creating havoc in South Carolina and is moving east and will head out to sea. Up to this morning, some 326,000 persons had no power in Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. And there is 3 hurricanes at one time out there in the Atlantic. Meanwhile, the United States Embassy in Haiti has issued another advisory urging its citizens to leave the Caribbean country as soon as possible, citing security and infrastructural challenges. Escalating gang violence has left some 200,000 citizens displaced and homicide numbers continue to soar. Increased gang turf war in Haiti has caused a devastating humanitarian crisis, leaving more than 5 million people in need of humanitarian aid. And earlier this month, the U.S. Embassy in the capital, Port-au-Prince, temporarily closed due to gunfire in the area. Over in Jamaica, the police are seeking a person of interest in relation to an incident in which a 15-year-old schoolgirl was shot and wounded in Tivoli Gardens, West Kingston, yesterday morning. Senior Superintendent Michael Phillips, head of the Kingston Western Police Division, said the teen was in a room with other people when one of them brandished a firearm. The gun reportedly went off and the teenager, who is of a St. Catherine address, was shot in the upper body. SSP Phipps said that the man being sought is known only as Marvin and he can assist with their investigations. And he is being asked to report to the Denham Town Police or the nearest police station by midday today. The police high command said it has made major progress in its investigations into Friday's multi-million-dollar heist in which a group of beryllium security guards were attacked and relieved of millions of dollars by armed robbers in Manchester. Speaking at a press briefing yesterday at the Greater Portmore Police Station, Deputy Commissioner in charge of crime Fitz Bailey announced that investigators have arrested 4 suspects, including a female. The cops have also recovered more than $2.5 million of the cash that was stolen. Men carrying high-powered weapons on Friday fired on beryllium guards at the Bank of Nova Scotia on Colidania Road and stole 2 bags of cash containing millions of dollars. 5 pedestrians were shot and injured when the gunmen opened fire wildly in the town. The narcotics police have arrested and charged a second suspect in connection with a major cocaine bust at Sangsters International Airport in St. James 2 weeks ago. The police had seized 11 pounds of cocaine with a street value of nearly $30 million. The cops said that John Pinnock, a self-employed resident of Barbican in St. Andrew, has been charged jointly with a British national for drug trafficking. The Briton 45-year-old Anatoly Duncan John, a service engineer of Manchester in England, was arrested on August 16 after the cocaine was found in her luggage while she was preparing to board a flight to England. Follow-up investigations by the narcotics police led to the capture of Mr. Pinnock on Tuesday. An unidentified man was fatally shot by an off-duty lawman at Port Kaiser in Manchester on Tuesday. Reports are that the officer and a woman were at the beach when he was approached by a man with a gun who demanded his bag, and it's alleged that the man fired in the direction of the police officer, who subsequently discharged his firearm at the man. One chrome firearm without any serial number was reported as recovered from the scene. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, which is probing the incident, processed the scene and secured the lawman's weapon as well as that of the alleged gunman. After providing an initial account, the officer was issued with a notice to provide a statement and attend the office of the commission to be interviewed. Meanwhile, police escorting a ministerial tour of sections of St. James on Wednesday reportedly stopped to help a screaming woman who accused a man of rape, and it's alleged that the rape occurred on Melvin Hall Avenue in Montego Bay. The police were nearby at Jarrett Park when they heard the woman scream. They responded, taking the accused into custody even as he proclaimed his innocence. The woman, meanwhile, was whisked away by the police. The incident temporarily put a tour by Minister of Local Government and Community Development Desmond Mackenzie on hold. 2 men were shot and killed and another wounded at a bar in Damhead Square in Steertown, St. Anne on Tuesday night. The deceased have been identified as Javado Whitlock, a 39-year-old chef, and 27-year-old Akeem Reed, otherwise called Olderhead, a laborer, both of the community. Reports said at about 10:50, Whitlock Reed and another man were at a bar having drinks when a motorcar drove up and men alighted and opened gunfire at them. They were taken to hospital where Whitlock and Reed were pronounced dead and the other man admitted for treatment. Official statistics have shown that some 53 persons have been killed in St. Anne since the start of the year, an increase of 12% in comparison to 41 in the corresponding period last year. On to sports. With just over a week to go before the start of this year's schoolboy football competition, President of the Intersecondary School Sports Association, ISA, Keith Wellington, said that excitement is brewing and he's expecting a very interesting championship this season. The Manning and the DaCosta Cup tournament, which are the island's premier schoolboy football competitions, are scheduled to kick off on September 9th. Jamaica College are the defending Manning Cup champions, while Clarendon College are the reigning DaCosta Cup winners. Meanwhile, Cavalier Football Club said that they are prepared for their game against Port of Spain when the teams meet in the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup today starting at 5 p.m. The teams meet at Sabina Park in Kingston, still looking for their first win in the tournament, with Cavaliers on a point after a 1-1 draw with Defence Force of Trinidad and Tobago last week. Port of Spain, another Trinidadian team, lost their opening game 1-0 to Mocha FC of the Dominican Republic. Colin Anderson, who was the Jamaica Premier League top scorer with 20 goals last season, has left Cavalier for Macedonia club FP Breganica Stip, and they are surely going to be missing him in today's game. And if you ever missed the news on this radio station, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. That's going to be news and sports on your favorite radio station. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.